If I were a rich man, yabba-dibba-dibba-dibba-dibba-dibba-dibba-dum.
This is a day in the life of a 26-year-old stay-at-home daughter in China. Lynn wakes up naturally around 10 in the morning.
Some of the younger viewers to this station would say, what is this song? It's actually from the musical, a great musical called Fiddler on the Roof, If I Was a Rich Man. Today's title is entitled The Rich and the Poorest China, Never the Twain Shall Meet, from, who wrote that? Oscar Wilde, I do believe. This is the life of a 26-year-old girl, doesn't have a job, parents are incredibly rich, and stays at home. For me, it's just like a waste of life, yeah? That you're just living off your mum and dad. It's good that you don't have to worry about money, etc., but you're not going to accomplish anything. But if she's happy, if she thinks she's happy, then she's happy. Let's have a look at the elite society in China.
She starts her day on a soothing note by brewing a pot of fragrant rosé tea, adding just a touch of brown sugar for a hint of sweetness. Next up, it's breakfast time. Lynn's mom calls upon the housemaid to whip up an array of breakfast options, since Lynn had skipped dinner the night before. After savoring her meal, Lynn takes a moment to tend to her pet koi fish. Feeling a bit overheated, she decides to cool down with a popsicle. Following this delightful indulgence, she settles in front of the TV, awaiting her boyfriend's arrival to take her out for lunch. Lynn's in the mood for some Korean barbecue today. However, her morning feast leaves her feeling a bit bloated, so she goes upstairs to grab some probiotics to aid digestion. Once prepped, she heads out for the barbecue rendezvous. After the hearty meal, she picks up some dessert on the way home, with plans to share it with her housemaid and her mom. Given the lingering smell of BBQ, Lynn heads straight to shower upon returning. Then she goes to the sauna room to enjoy a relaxing steam session. She also slices up a plate of fresh, juicy fruits to enjoy while lounging in the soothing steam. After savoring the last bite, Lynn gets comfy and starts scrolling on her phone.
This is the thing. This is what China doesn't actually show on their social media, how a large population, even with their so-called poverty alleviation, there are still poor, homeless, people who have very little funds, like this poor child. So how does the Chinese government depict life in the countryside? They make it all very glamorous, all traditional. Everything is fine. It's happiness, good food, fresh air, etc. This is a small report from CGTN, Chinese Global Television Network, depicting the wonderful life in the countryside. Now, please note, in some places, yes, it is, but in a lot of places, which will never be shown on Chinese national television, is not like this, if that makes sense.
This is Shibadong, a village in southern China, where most residents are of ethnic minorities. Long Xinhua is busy preparing lunch. As the owner and chef of a restaurant, she has to serve customers every day.
Food is ready, and this is the dish that people love most in this village. Look, it's smoked meat fried with chili peppers, because people in Hunan province love the spicy and strong flavor. Let's go.
Long is satisfied with this business. She's happy to be able to make money at home without leaving the village.
Tourists are coming every day, so I need to prepare many dishes for lunch and dinner. The busiest time for me is around noon. I say our life now is 100 times better than before.
Before means before 10 years ago, when more than half of villagers here lived under poverty line. Things began to change in 2013.
In 2013, Chinese President Xi Jinping visited this village and proposed the concept of targeted poverty alleviation. And that means tailoring relief policies according to different local conditions. And this concept has become a guiding principle in China's fight against poverty.
Under that initiative, villagers managed to establish their pillar industries, including tourism, kiwi fruit farming, and embroidery of Miao ethnic minority.
Now, villagers have more income and better infrastructure and transportation. Migrant workers are coming back, and so is smile to people's faces.
Shibadong village set forth a model of developing rural industries that's been followed nationwide. In 2020, China announced the eradication of extreme poverty. About 100 million Chinese people were lifted above the poverty line in the past decade.
So, what can life be like in China with no money, being poor? Well, this is the reality of some people in China. You could say the same as a lot of countries around the world. As always, thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed that little bit of information for you with a little bit of Fiddler on the Roof. If I was a rich man, yabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-do, all day long I'll bitty rich in a bitty rich man's mode. I wouldn't have to work hard. I will shut up now. Please like, subscribe, share. Be good to each other. I will see you very shortly. Bye-bye for now. Cheers.